5. Normalize failure, the hidden key to success. Failure is not the enemy of success. In fact, failure is the path to success. The world's most accomplished people, entrepreneurs, athletes, inventors, artists, aren't those who avoided failure, but those who failed repeatedly, learned from their mistakes, and kept going anyway. Most people fear failure because they associate it with shame, embarrassment, or disappointment. Society teaches us from an early age that failure is something to be avoided at all costs. But this mindset is not only flawed, it's harmful. It prevents people from taking risks, exploring new opportunities, and pushing beyond their comfort zones. If you truly want success in any area of life, you must redefine your relationship with failure. You must stop seeing it as something to be feared and start viewing it as an essential stepping stone to greatness. Why most people fear failure. From a young age, we are conditioned to avoid failure. In school, mistakes are punished with bad grades. In sports, failure means losing. At work, failure can mean rejection or criticism. Because of this conditioning, many people develop an unconscious fear of failing, which leads to playing it safe, avoiding challenges or risks to protect their ego. Perfectionism, never starting or finishing projects because they fear making mistakes. Low confidence, feeling unworthy because they equate failure with personal inadequacy. Quitting too soon, giving up at the first sign of difficulty instead of pushing through. But here's the truth. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a prerequisite for success. Reframing failure, a new perspective. If you study the lives of highly successful people, you'll find a common theme. They failed more times than most people even tried. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about it, he said, "I have not failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that won't work." Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, missed over 9,000 shots, lost almost 300 games, and failed 26 times when trusted to take the game-winning shot. His response? "I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first television job, being told she was unfit for TV. Today, she is one of the most influential media personalities in the world. J.K. Rowling, author of Harry Potter, was rejected by 12 different publishers before one finally took a chance on her book. Today, the series has sold over 500 million copies. These examples prove one thing: failure is part of the process. It's the tuition you pay for success. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is simple. Successful people don't let failure stop them. The hidden benefits of failing. Most people see failure as a negative experience, but if you shift your perspective, you'll realize that failure offers some of the greatest benefits you could ever receive. Failure builds resilience. Every time you fail but keep going, you develop mental toughness. The ability to persist after setbacks is what separates winners from quitters. Failure provides real-world education. A failure teaches you things that success never could. It gives you first-hand experience of what doesn't work, so you can adjust and improve. Failure strengthens problem-solving skills. Every setback forces you to analyze, adapt, and try new approaches. This makes you more creative and resourceful. Failure eliminates fear. Once you experience failure and realize it doesn't destroy you, you start fearing it less. Eventually, you embrace failure as part of the game. Failure forces growth. You learn more about yourself in failure than in success. It forces you to reflect, adapt, and develop new skills that push you closer to your goals. The reality is, you can't avoid failure if you're growing. If you never fail, it means you're not taking risks, not stepping outside your comfort zone, and not challenging yourself enough. How to develop a failure-friendly mindset. To truly normalize failure, you must actively rewire your thinking around it. Here's how. 1. Stop taking failure personally. Failure does not mean you're unworthy, untalented, or incapable. It simply means you found one way that didn't work. That's all. Every failure is just a data point, a neutral piece of feedback that helps you refine your approach. Instead of saying, "I failed," say, "That strategy didn't work. What can I learn from it?" 2. Set failure goals. Instead of only celebrating wins, start celebrating attempts, even if they fail. Instead of, "I want to make 10 sales," say, "I want to reach out to 30 potential customers, even if most say no." Instead of, "I want to master this skill," say, "I will practice for 100 hours, even if I struggle at first." The key is to reward effort, not just results. This removes the fear of failure, because the goal is simply to take action. 3. Use failure as a learning tool. Each time you fail, ask yourself these 3 questions. 1. What did I learn from this? What was the key takeaway? What will I do differently next time? How can I adjust my approach? 3. What worked despite the failure? What strengths or small wins can I build on? This shifts your mindset from I failed to I learned and improved. 4. Expose yourself to more failure. One of the best ways to overcome the fear of failure is to fail more often. Challenge yourself to apply for opportunities even if you don't feel ready. Try new skills even if you'll struggle at first. Start projects without waiting for perfect timing. The more you expose yourself to failure, the less power it has over you. Eventually, failure becomes just another part of the process, something to expect, embrace, and even enjoy. Your greatest failure would be never trying. Imagine if Thomas Edison had quit after his 100th failure. Imagine if Michael Jordan had stopped playing basketball after being cut from his high school team. Imagine if Oprah Winfrey had believed her first boss, who said she wasn't fit for TV. The only true failure is giving up. Everything else, every setback, every rejection, every loss, is just part of the journey. So next time you fail, instead of feeling defeated, smile and say, I'm one step closer to success. Because if you keep going, keep learning, and keep improving, success is inevitable. Final challenge, shift your mindset. Today, take a moment and ask yourself, 1. What failure am I still holding on to as something negative? 2. How can I reframe that failure as a learning experience? 3. What's one thing I've been afraid to try because I fear failing? Now go do it, because the sooner you start failing forward, the sooner you start winning. 6. Visualize daily. Unlock the power of your mind to shape your reality. What if I told you that your brain doesn't know the difference between something vividly imagined and something experienced in reality? Science has proven that visualization is one of the most powerful mental tools you can use to accelerate success, boost confidence, and prime yourself for achievement. The world's top athletes, entrepreneurs, performers, and visionaries all use visualization to mentally rehearse success before it happens. It's not just a feel-good exercise, it's a proven technique backed by neuroscience and psychology that can rewire your brain to make your goals a reality faster than you ever thought possible. If you're not using visualization daily, you're leaving an enormous amount of untapped potential on the table. Let's explore how this works and how you can apply it to your own life. What is visualization and why does it work? Visualization is the process of creating a detailed mental image of a desired future outcome. It's not just about thinking of success in a vague way. It's about fully immersing yourself in the experience before it happens. Scientific studies show that when you visualize something with clarity and emotion, your brain activates the same neural pathways as if you were actually performing the action. This tricks your subconscious into believing the event is real, making it much more likely that your actions will align with making it happen. The brain can't tell the difference. A famous study found that basketball players who practiced free throws only in their minds showed nearly the same level of improvement as those who physically practiced on the court. This proves that mental rehearsal is almost as powerful as real practice. It increases motivation. When you mentally see yourself achieving success, your mind generates the motivation and energy needed to make it a reality. Your goals start to feel more achievable instead of distant dreams. It strengthens neural connections. Every time you visualize yourself performing an action, you strengthen the neurological pathways associated with that activity, making it easier to perform in real life. It reduces anxiety and fear. By repeatedly visualizing success, you replace fear and uncertainty with confidence and familiarity. This is why top athletes mentally rehearse winning before stepping onto the field. If your mind is constantly filled with worry, doubt, or negative scenarios, you're training your brain to expect failure. But when you consciously fill your mind with images of success, your brain starts working toward making that a reality. How to visualize effectively, step-by-step process. Many people struggle with visualization because they either don't know how to do it properly or they don't commit to making it a daily habit. Here's how to get the most out of your visualization practice. 1. Create a clear and specific mental picture. Your visualization should be as detailed as possible. The clearer the image, the stronger the effect on your subconscious mind. Instead of, I want to be successful, visualize sitting in your dream office, looking at your business revenue dashboard, feeling the excitement of reaching your financial goal. Instead of, I want to be fit, visualize looking in the mirror at your lean, strong physique, feeling energized as you finish a workout, experiencing the confidence of wearing clothes that fit perfectly. The more vivid and real you make the image, the better. How to visualize effectively. Step-by-step process. Many people struggle with visualization because they either don't know how to do it properly or they don't commit to making it a daily habit. Here's how to get the most out of your visualization practice. 1. Create a clear and specific mental picture. Your visualization should be as detailed as possible. The clearer the image, the stronger the effect on your subconscious mind. Instead of, "I want to be successful," visualize sitting in your dream office, looking at your business revenue dashboard, feeling the excitement of reaching your financial goal. Instead of, "I want to be fit," visualize looking in the mirror at your lean, strong physique, feeling energized as you finish a workout, experiencing the confidence of wearing clothes that fit perfectly. The more vivid and real you make the image, the better. 3. Feel the emotions as if it's already happening. This is the most important part, feeling the emotions that come with success. Your subconscious doesn't just respond to images, it responds even more powerfully to emotions. That's why fear, anxiety, and stress can feel so overwhelming. They trigger strong emotional responses. But we can flip this process in our favor by filling our minds with emotions of confidence, excitement, and fulfillment. If you visualize wealth, feel the excitement and gratitude of financial freedom. If you visualize winning, feel the rush of adrenaline and joy. If you visualize success, feel the pride and accomplishment deep in your heart. By repeatedly feeling these emotions, you condition your brain to expect them in reality, making you more confident, motivated, and action-oriented. 4. Rehearse your success. Like an athlete, elite. Athletes use visualization to mentally practice before ever setting foot in competition. They don't just imagine winning, they mentally walk through each step of the process, from warm-ups to executing the perfect shot. You can do the same. If you have an important meeting, visualize yourself walking in with confidence, delivering your points clearly, and shaking hands at the end. If you're preparing for a marathon, mentally go through every step. The first mile, the halfway point, the final push, and crossing the finish line with triumph. If you're starting a business, see yourself making sales calls, launching products, building relationships, and watching your revenue grow. When you rehearse success, you make it feel familiar, and what feels familiar becomes easier to achieve. When and how often should you visualize? Morning. Start your day by visualizing your success. This sets a powerful tone for the rest of your day. Before sleep. The last thoughts before you sleep get processed deeply in your subconscious overnight. Prime your mind for success. Before challenges, use visualization to mentally prepare for important events, public speaking, interviews, or negotiations. Even 5-10 minutes per day can create a massive shift in your mindset and performance. Why most people fail at visualization and how to fix it. They visualize inconsistently. Visualization is like exercise. You won't see results from doing it once. Make it a daily habit. They don't engage emotions. Seeing an image isn't enough. You must feel the success to make it stick. They focus on wishing instead of acting. Visualization is a tool, not magic. You still have to take action to make it real. Final thought. Your mind creates your reality. Every great achievement starts in the mind first. If you can see it clearly, feel it deeply, and believe it's possible, you'll start making decisions and taking actions that bring it to life. Start today. Spend just 5 minutes visualizing your goals vividly and emotionally. You'll be amazed at how your mindset shifts and how the world starts aligning in your favor. The question is, are you willing to mentally experience success before it happens in reality? 7. Eliminate toxic influences. Protect your mind, protect your future. There is a well-known saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. While this might sound like a motivational cliche, it is a fundamental truth backed by psychology and neuroscience. The people, environments, and content you expose yourself to daily shape your mindset, beliefs, and ultimately, your actions. If you surround yourself with negative, toxic, and uninspiring influences, your potential will shrink. But if you deliberately curate a circle of positivity, ambition, and encouragement, you will naturally grow into a more successful, confident, and fulfilled person. Eliminating toxic influences is not just about cutting people out of your life. It's about taking control of what enters your mind, what drains your energy, and what limits your potential. This process is uncomfortable, but necessary for anyone serious about success. Let's break down why toxic influences are so damaging, how to identify them, and most importantly, how to eliminate them for good. Why toxic influences are so dangerous. Your brain is like a sponge. It absorbs everything it is exposed to, whether consciously or subconsciously. This means that negative people, toxic environments, and unproductive habits slowly reprogram your mind without you even realizing it. 1. Toxic people destroy your confidence and energy. Toxic people are emotionally draining. Whether they are constantly complaining, doubting, or criticizing, their negativity seeps into your mindset. Over time, this can kill your motivation. They make you doubt your abilities and discourage you from taking action. Increase stress and anxiety. Negative energy is contagious, and being around toxic individuals can leave you feeling emotionally exhausted. Lower your self-worth. Constant criticism and pessimism make you question your own value and abilities. Even if you are naturally positive and driven, prolonged exposure to negativity will wear you down. 2. Toxic environments reinforce bad habits. Your environment silently shapes your daily behavior. If you are constantly surrounded by gossip and drama, you become more judgmental and insecure. Laziness and excuses. You adopt a mindset of blame and stagnation, fear and pessimism. You start believing that success is unrealistic or impossible. Just like a seed needs the right soil to grow, your mindset needs the right environment to thrive. If you're serious about success, you must create an environment that pushes you toward growth, not one that keeps you stagnant. 3. Negative media and social media hijack your mind. Most people underestimate the power of what they consume daily. If you constantly watch fear-driven news, you will live in a state of anxiety. Scroll through social media negativity, you will feel discouraged and inadequate. Waste time on mindless entertainment, your focus and productivity will decline. Your attention is your most valuable resource. Protect it. If you allow toxic media and distractions to dominate your day, you are handing over control of your thoughts and emotions to things that do not serve your growth. How to identify toxic influences. Before you can eliminate toxicity from your life, you need to identify where it's coming from. Here are the 5 biggest sources of toxic influence. 1. Toxic friends and family members. Do they constantly complain and focus on problems instead of solutions? Do they discourage you from chasing your goals and dreams? Do they drain your energy and leave you feeling emotionally exhausted? 2. Negative work environments. Is your workplace filled with gossip, drama, or constant negativity? Do you feel undervalued, unappreciated, or uninspired by your coworkers? Is there a lack of growth, challenge, or opportunities? 3. Harmful social media and news consumption. Do you constantly compare yourself to unrealistic standards online? Are you consuming news that makes you feel fearful, anxious, or hopeless? Do you spend hours scrolling through negativity instead of being productive? 4. Unhealthy habits and routines. Are you spending time in places or with people that encourage laziness? Do your daily activities fuel personal growth or distract from it? Are you surrounded by people who make bad choices seem normal? 5. Self-sabotaging thoughts and mindset. Are you constantly doubting yourself because of past failures? Do you feel like success is for other people but not for you? Are you surrounded by people who reinforce limiting beliefs? Once you identify toxic influences, you can start the process of eliminating or minimizing them. How to remove toxic influences from your life. Now that you know where negativity is coming from, here's how to eliminate it and replace it with positivity. 1. Set boundaries with negative people. You don't have to completely cut people out of your life, but you do need to set boundaries. Limit exposure to negative conversations. Redirect discussions to productive topics. Surround yourself with supportive people. Spend more time with those who encourage you. Detach emotionally from toxic individuals. Stop letting their opinions affect your mindset. You have no obligation to tolerate toxic people. Prioritize your mental well-being. 2. Upgrade your environment. Your environment should push you forward, not hold you back. Change where you spend your time. Work in inspiring locations. Declutter toxic influences. Remove objects, habits, and media that distract you. Surround yourself with ambition. Join groups or communities that encourage growth. Small environmental changes can dramatically impact your daily behavior and success. 3. Be ruthless with your media consumption. Your mind is shaped by what you consume. Protect it. Unfollow negative accounts. Remove drama, toxicity, and negativity from your feed. Limit news consumption. Stay informed, but don't let the media manipulate your emotions. Consume empowering content. Listen to podcasts, read books, and follow people who inspire success. Instead of letting the internet control your mind, use it as a tool for learning, motivation, and connection. 4. Replace negative influences with positive ones. Eliminating toxicity is only half the battle. You must also replace it with uplifting influences. Mentors and role models. Follow people who are already living the life you want. Like-minded communities. Join mastermind groups, success-driven friends, or personal growth groups. Growth-oriented content. Read books, listen to podcasts, and watch videos that push you forward. If you surround yourself with positive, ambitious, and supportive people, your mindset will naturally shift toward success. The power of cutting out toxicity. When you eliminate toxic influences, your life transforms. You regain energy and focus. You attract better opportunities and relationships. You develop stronger confidence and mental clarity. You start moving towards success effortlessly. Most people never reach their full potential because they are trapped in negative environments. You don't have to be one of them. Final challenge. Audit your influences. Today, ask yourself these 3 questions. 1. Who are the top 5 people I spend the most time with? Are they helping or hurting my growth? 2. What media do I consume daily? Does it empower or drain me? 3. What habits and environments am I in that keep me stuck? Now take action. Eliminate one toxic influence today and replace it with something positive. Your mind is too valuable to be poisoned by negativity. Take control, protect your energy, and watch your success accelerate. Chapter 8. Learn to say no without guilt. The key to taking back your time and energy. One of the most difficult but necessary skills you must develop on the road to success is the ability to say no without guilt. Most people struggle with this because they fear disappointing others, being seen as selfish, or missing out on opportunities. But here's the truth. Every time you say yes to something unimportant, you are saying no to something that truly matters. Success isn't about doing more, it's about doing the right things. It's about protecting your time, energy, and mental bandwidth so you can focus on what will actually move you forward. Saying no is not an act of selfishness, it's an act of self-respect. The people who achieve the greatest levels of success are not the ones who are constantly available to everyone, but the ones who guard their time like a priceless asset. If you feel guilty when saying no, or find yourself constantly overcommitting, this is your wake-up call to start setting boundaries and reclaiming control over your life. Let's dive deep into why saying no is essential, why it's so hard, and how to master it with confidence. Why most people struggle to say no. Many people say yes to everything because of 1. The fear of disappointing others. People want to be liked. They want to maintain good relationships and avoid conflict. Saying no feels uncomfortable because it might let someone down or cause temporary tension. But true friends, great colleagues, and supportive family members will respect your boundaries. If someone gets upset because you're prioritizing your goals, that's a reflection of their expectations, not your responsibilities. 2. The need for approval. Many people say yes because they want validation. They want to be seen as helpful, capable, and dependable. But constantly seeking approval comes at a cost. It drains your energy, overwhelms your schedule, and leaves you little time for your own priorities. The most successful people do not base their decisions on external validation. They base them on alignment with their goals. 3. The fear of missing out, FOMO. Some people overcommit because they fear missing out on a social event, a networking opportunity, or an exciting experience. But saying yes to everything means you spread yourself too thin, preventing you from making real progress on the things that matter most. Real success comes from deep work, focused effort, and deliberate action, not from scattering your energy in 100 different directions. 4. A lack of boundaries. If you've never practiced setting clear boundaries, saying no will feel foreign and uncomfortable. But just like any skill, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. You must train yourself to prioritize your needs and goals over unnecessary obligations. Your time is limited. Use it wisely. Why saying no is one of the most powerful success habits. The most successful people in the world have one thing in common. They fiercely protect their time. Warren Buffett once said that the difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything. Steve Jobs believed that focus is not about saying yes to great ideas. It's about saying no to hundreds of good ideas that distract from the most important goals. Oprah Winfrey admitted that one of her biggest challenges early in life was saying no, but once she learned how, her entire life and career changed for the better. Every time you say no to something that doesn't serve you, you're saying yes to more time for your goals, more energy for meaningful work, more mental clarity and focus, more control over your own life. Learning to say no isn't just about protecting your time, it's about reclaiming your power and directing your energy towards success. How to say no with confidence and without guilt. Mastering the art of saying no doesn't mean you have to be rude, dismissive, or aggressive. there is a way to set boundaries respectfully while maintaining strong relationships. 1. Be clear and direct. When saying no, avoid being vague. A firm, confident response is more effective than a weak, uncertain one. Weak response. Maybe, I'm not sure, I'll see if I can. Strong response. Thanks for thinking of me, but I can't commit to that right now. Don't over-explain or justify yourself. A short, polite response is enough. 2. Offer an alternative, if you want to. If you genuinely want to help but can't commit, suggest another option. I can't take on this project, but I can introduce you to someone who might be available. I won't be able to make it tonight, but let's catch up next week instead. This way, you set a boundary without completely shutting down the relationship. 3. Delay your response, if needed. If you feel pressured, give yourself time to think before answering. Let me check my schedule and get back to you. I need to prioritize some other commitments right now. I'll let you know if that changes. This allows you to make a thoughtful decision rather than saying yes out of obligation. 4. Use the compliment plus no strategy. Softening your refusal with appreciation makes it easier to say no without guilt. I really appreciate you thinking of me for this, but I can't take it on right now. That sounds like an amazing opportunity, but I need to focus on my current priorities. This approach acknowledges the request while still standing firm in your decision. 5. Set firm boundaries with repeated offenders. Some people won't respect your no the first time. If someone constantly pushes your boundaries, be even firmer. I've already said I can't take this on, and that hasn't changed. I need you to respect that I have other commitments right now. The more you enforce your boundaries, the more people will learn to respect them. The life-changing effects of saying no. More often, when you start saying no to the wrong things, you will immediately notice a shift in your life, less stress and burnout. You stop overcommitting to things that don't serve you. More focus and productivity. You dedicate time to what truly matters. Greater self-respect. You reinforce your worth and priorities. Stronger relationships. You maintain connections based on mutual respect, not obligation. By setting firm boundaries, you gain more freedom, clarity, and control over your time and future. Final challenge. Start saying no. Today, take a moment and ask yourself, 1. What are 3 things in my life right now that I should say no to? 2. What obligations have I taken on that drain my time and energy? 3. How can I practice saying no in a way that protects my priorities? Starting today, commit to saying no to one thing that doesn't serve your goals. Your time is your most valuable resource. Use it wisely, protect it fiercely, and say no unapologetically.